Every royal tradition carries a story far deeper than the ceremony itself. For generations, Royal Ascot has represented more than horse racing. It is a carefully choreographed display of continuity, duty, and family unity, where every carriage procession, seating arrangement, and public appearance is examined for clues about the monarchy's future. This year, however, one unexpected question began overshadowing the pageantry. It wasn't about the races. It wasn't about the fashion. Instead, public attention shifted toward the women who increasingly symbolized two very different chapters of the modern royal family: Queen Camilla and Catherine, Princess of Wales. As conversations spread across newspapers, television panels, and social media, some royal commentators suggested that subtle decisions surrounding appearances at Royal Ascot reflected changing priorities within the monarchy. Others argued that the speculation said more about public fascination than about the royal family itself. At the same time, another member of the family quietly captured attention: Princess Charlotte. Still young, yet already washed with extraordinary interest, Charlotte has become a symbol of the monarchy's future. Every public appearance invites comparisons with previous generations, particularly her late grandmother, Diana, Princess of Wales, whose legacy continues to shape public imagination decades later. Could this year's Royal Ascot reveal more about the next generation than the current one? Or had public speculation transformed ordinary scheduling decisions into something much larger than reality? To answer those questions, we have to look beyond the headlines and explore how one of Britain's oldest royal traditions became the backdrop for an ongoing conversation about legacy, public perception, and the future of the House of Windsor. Long before headlines and online speculation began surrounding this year's Royal Ascot, the event had already secured its place as one of the British monarchy's most enduring traditions. Founded in 1711 during the reign of Queen Anne, Royal Ascot has evolved into far more than one of the world's most prestigious horse racing festivals. Over 3 centuries, it has become a carefully observed reflection of the royal family itself. Every June, the familiar procession of royal carriages, the formal dress code, and the thousands of spectators gathered across the Berkshire racecourse create a scene that feels almost untouched by time. Yet beneath the elegance lies something more significant. Royal Ascot is often viewed as a public snapshot of the monarchy's internal rhythm. Who appears together? Who arrives in the royal procession? Who greets the public? Even the smallest details frequently become subjects of discussion among royal commentators. While many of those observations ultimately prove to be little more than public curiosity, they demonstrate how closely people continue to follow every movement of the royal family. In recent years, that attention has intensified. The passing of Queen Elizabeth II marked the end of an extraordinary 70-year reign and ushered in a new era under King Charles III. At the same time, the royal family has navigated significant personal and institutional challenges, including changes in senior working roles, public scrutiny, and health concerns affecting members of the family. Against that backdrop, public appearances carry additional weight. When Catherine, Princess of Wales, stepped back from public duties while undergoing cancer treatment in 2024, her absence was deeply felt. Her eventual return to selected engagements was met with widespread public support, reflecting not only concern for her health, but also admiration for the resilience she displayed throughout a profoundly personal period. According to many royal observers, that response reinforced Catherine's unique place within the modern monarchy. She is often viewed as someone who balances tradition with approachability, representing continuity while embracing causes that resonate with contemporary audiences. Her work on early childhood development, mental health, and family well-being has gradually become central to her public identity. Queen Camilla, meanwhile, has followed a very different path. Her journey into public acceptance unfolded over many years, shaped by changing public attitudes and her steadfast support of King Charles III. Since becoming queen, she has focused much of her attention on literacy initiatives, domestic violence awareness, and maintaining a busy schedule of official engagements. Although Catherine and Camilla have distinct roles within the institution, public commentary frequently compares them, not necessarily because of anything they have said or done, but because both represent different generations of royal leadership. That comparison often becomes especially intense during high-profile occasions like Royal Ascot. Then there is Princess Charlotte. Still only a child, Charlotte occupies a remarkable place in the public imagination. With each carefully managed appearance alongside her parents, she reminds many people of the continuity that has always sustained the monarchy. Royal supporters often note her confidence, composure, and growing understanding of public occasions, while recognizing that she is still being allowed to enjoy a largely private childhood. It is precisely because Charlotte's public appearances remain relatively rare that they attract such widespread attention. Every smile, every wave, every interaction is interpreted through the lens of history. Some observers even draw comparisons to Queen Elizabeth II's calm demeanor or to Diana's natural ease with the public, though such comparisons remain subjective and should be treated as personal observations rather than established fact. This combination of history, symbolism, and public fascination helps explain why Royal Ascot consistently becomes more than a sporting event. It becomes a stage upon which people search for signs of continuity, change, and the evolving relationships within the royal family. As discussions surrounding this year's event gathered momentum, some reports suggested that subtle scheduling decisions and attendance arrangements reflected shifting priorities. Others argued there was no evidence of any unusual internal dynamics, and that many online claims had exaggerated ordinary logistical decisions. That distinction matters, because separating confirmed information from speculation is essential to understanding any royal story fairly. Yet regardless of where the truth ultimately lies, one thing remained undeniable. This year's Royal Ascot had already sparked a broader conversation about the future of the monarchy, the roles of its senior women, and the generation quietly waiting to inherit centuries of royal tradition. What actually happened during the event, and what was merely interpreted through the public's fascination, would become the center of the story. As Royal Ascot finally opened its gates, the familiar traditions unfolded with remarkable precision. The royal procession, the cheering crowds, the elegant attire, and the centuries-old ceremony once again reminded Britain why this annual event remains one of the monarchy's most recognizable public occasions. Yet beyond the spectacle, another story quietly emerged. Public attention centered on who attended, how members of the royal family interacted, and what their appearances might symbolize. As often happens during major royal events, social media quickly filled with theories about seating arrangements, schedules, and public engagements. Some online commentators suggested that these details reflected changing dynamics within the royal family. Others cautioned that there was no official evidence supporting many of those interpretations, and that routine scheduling decisions are often misunderstood as signs of deeper conflict. That distinction is important. Royal events are carefully organized months in advance, and attendance can be influenced by official duties, personal schedules, security planning, or health considerations rather than personal disagreements. Meanwhile, Catherine, Princess of Wales, continued to attract significant public support following her gradual return to royal duties after her cancer treatment. Her appearances were widely seen as symbols of resilience and continuity, while Queen Camilla continued carrying out her own official responsibilities alongside King Charles III. Princess Charlotte also remained a focus of public interest whenever she appeared at royal occasions. Although still young, she has become an important symbol of the monarchy's future, reminding many observers of the next generation that will eventually inherit centuries as the dust settled. The story surrounding Royal Ascot became less about a single appearance and more about the future direction of the monarchy itself. Whether every rumor proved accurate mattered less than what the public believed they were witnessing, a royal family gradually redefining itself. For many observers, this was another chapter in a transition that has been unfolding ever since Queen Elizabeth II's passing. A shift from an institution centered on continuity to one increasingly shaped by the priorities of a new generation. Throughout modern royal history, public ceremonies have carried meanings far beyond their official purpose. A place in a carriage procession, a balcony appearance, or attendance at a historic event often communicates subtle messages about responsibility, visibility, and the future. Royal commentators frequently remind audiences that the monarchy speaks as much through symbolism as through speeches. In that context, every decision surrounding royal Ascot naturally attracted intense attention. For Catherine, Princess of Wales, the past few years have transformed public perception in profound ways. After openly sharing her health challenges, she became, for many people, a symbol of resilience rather than simply a senior royal. Her gradual return to public life has been carefully paced, reflecting both personal recovery and an awareness of the expectations placed upon her. Each appearance has carried emotional significance because it represents more than attendance. It represents perseverance. That reality has also influenced how people interpret her interactions with other members of the family. A smile exchanged with Prince William, a reassuring glance toward the crowd, or a moment shared with her children often receives extraordinary attention because audiences are searching for signs of stability. The public is not merely watching royal engagements. Many are watching a family navigate change in full view of the world. Princess Charlotte occupies a unique place within that story. Though still young, she represents continuity across generations. Many royal followers have remarked on the quiet confidence she displays during official occasions. Whether standing beside her parents on the Buckingham Palace balcony or attending ceremonial events, Charlotte is growing up within traditions that have shaped Britain's constitutional monarchy for centuries. If royal Ascot demonstrated anything, it was that preparation for the future often happens long before future kings and queens assume their roles. Every appearance teaches younger royals how to balance dignity with humanity, tradition with modern expectations, and personal identity with public duty. Prince William's role has also become increasingly significant. As heir to the throne, his responsibilities extend beyond supporting today's monarch. He is also preparing the institution for decades to come. That preparation includes protecting his family while maintaining public confidence in the crown. Several constitutional experts have suggested that William and Catherine increasingly present themselves as partners leading a long-term vision for the monarchy. Rather than dramatic change, their approach appears to emphasize gradual evolution, preserving historic traditions while making the institution feel more relatable to contemporary audiences. Against that backdrop, speculation about internal disagreements often captures headlines because it contrasts with the image of unity presented during official engagements. Yet public appearances rarely reveal the full complexity of private relationships. Palace insiders seldom comment on personal dynamics, leaving space for interpretation rather than certainty. This is particularly relevant when discussing Queen Camilla. Since becoming queen, she has undertaken hundreds of official engagements while supporting King Charles III through a demanding period marked by his own health challenges. Public attitudes toward Camilla have evolved significantly over the years, moving from intense criticism to broader acceptance among many observers. Any suggestion of conflict involving her inevitably attracts enormous attention because of that history. However, without direct confirmation from Buckingham Palace, claims about personal disputes remain exactly that, claims. The monarchy has long preferred silence over public rebuttal, allowing official engagements and constitutional duties to speak louder than rumors. Perhaps that is why Royal Ascot continues to fascinate people long after the races are over. The event reflects more than fashion, horses, or ceremony. It acts as a stage upon which Britain watches its royal family navigate continuity, change, expectation, and legacy all at once. History shows that every generation inherits different challenges. Queen Elizabeth II devoted her reign to consistency during decades of social transformation. King Charles III has inherited a monarchy facing questions about relevance in the 21st century. Prince William and Catherine may eventually inherit an institution expected to balance ancient traditions with an increasingly modern society. Within that broader journey, seemingly small moments often gain lasting importance. A seating arrangement, an appearance, or the presence or absence of a family member can become part of the historical narrative because they are interpreted as reflections of larger institutional priorities. Whether this royal Ascot ultimately marked a genuine turning point or simply another moment magnified by public fascination may only become clear with time. History often judges significance differently than headlines do. Yet one truth remains remarkably consistent throughout royal history. The monarchy survives not because every family relationship is perfect, but because it continually adapts while preserving traditions that connect generations. Every era leaves its own symbols. Every generation adds another chapter. And perhaps that is the lasting image left by this story. Not controversy, but transition. A monarchy balancing respect for its past while carefully preparing for its future. A family carrying immense public responsibility even as it experiences the same complexities found in families everywhere. The questions raised by Royal Ascot may eventually fade, replaced by new events and new headlines. But the deeper themes, legacy, service, resilience, and generational change, will continue to shape the House of Windsor for years to come, reminding the world that the most enduring royal stories are rarely about a single day. They are about how history quietly unfolds, one carefully observed moment at a time. Before we close, remember that the royal family's story is never defined by a single headline or one unforgettable moment. It is shaped by generations of duty, sacrifice, tradition, and the choices that quietly influence history. We'd love to know what you think. Do you believe this Royal Ascot moment signals a meaningful shift in the future of the monarchy, or has it simply been interpreted differently by the public? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We always enjoy reading your perspectives. If you enjoyed this documentary, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the untold stories, historic moments, and hidden symbolism behind Britain's royal family. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next documentary.